wear that pitching staff out coming in for Monday's huge conference home game. This one sent into left field will be down for a base hit, so McDowell drives in Riles for the first run of the game. Second hit of the inning. Riles then stole second, moved to third on an error, and gets driven in here. So now Matt Abshire stepping in with a runner on first and 2 away. So in the first half inning here, this game has already matched the run total of the entire game 1. Let's just hope that the Eagles can put up some runs here. The Bats can wake up in game 2. It was a great pitcher's duel. Strike into Abshire between Jeffrey Wilson and Ethan Fireved. Wilson worked 5 2/3, and then Cooper Porter, who was the shortstop and is back at shortstop for this game, came in to record that last out. A slider here gets away, so count is 1-1 with 2 away. Wind seems to have died down here as we move into the afternoon. It's still a really nice day in Tallahassee. Up here in the press box, though, that sun's starting to, get closer to setting. That one fouled away. One and two with 2 outs. Porter led off the inning, flying out to Mitchum. Riles then singled, stole second, moved over to third. Kanagita struck out, and then McDowell singled in a run. This one in the dirt, but blocked by Kreisen. Evens up the count. Two pitch on his way, swing and a miss. He struck him out there, so that will retire the side. Pensacola scores 1 on 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 left. We head to the bottom of the first. You're watching TCC Baseball live on tcceagles.com. Back here in the bottom of the first, Pensacola State takes a 1-0 lead. Patrick Bott on the mound for the Pirates. He is making his 5th start of the season. Through 17 1/3 innings pitched, he's got a 6.75 ERA, 22 strikeouts, and 21 walks. So some troubles with the command for Patrick Bott. And you've got an Eagles lineup that can draw their fair share of walks. So could be tough for Bott rocking that 6.75 earned run average.
Leading off for the Eagles, number 13, Jason Smikoski.
Smikoski leading off. Eagles shortstop in his usual spot in the lineup. Bott also working out of the stretch. Misses inside here. Game 2 here on April 9th, the 4:39 start time. You know you're doing something right when you're 21 minutes ahead of schedule. This one misses inside as well, so count is now 2-0. We're kind of expecting a 5 o'clock start. We've seen some of these Panhandle games run really long. This one called for a strike on the outside corner. 2 on the count. Bott set, delivers. Foul back and out of play. Count is 2-2. This one misses low and away. Count goes full to Smikoski. Like we said, Bott has struggled with command this season. Smikoski 1 for 3 in game 1. Singled in the 5th and then was caught stealing. Fouls this one to the right side. It gets out of play. So he stays alive. That game between Chipola and Northwest over in Niceville heading to the 9th inning, so second inning of extras. And Smikoski sends this one into right field. It'll be a tough play in to get it as Hoffpower for out number 1.
Now batting number 15, Josh Pagozzo.
That'll bring up the Eagles center fielder, Josh Pagozzo. Pagozzo 1 for 2 with a double and the lone run scored. Fouls this first pitch away to the left side for strike 1. This one in for a called strike 2. Oh, 2 on its way. Breaking ball dropped in there for strike 3. So Josh Pagozzo set down looking on strikes. That's a rare sight. But a really nice breaking ball there from Patrick Bott. That'll bring up Ziggy Thomas. Thomas 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts in game 1. Really struggled against Wilson. Now he'll test his luck against Bott. Sends this one into right field. Out of play. Breaking ball taken inside for a ball. Two and 1 to Thomas. That was a breaking ball. We'll see if Bott goes back to the fastball here. No, stays with it. believe that was a curveball and drops it in for a strike. So count is 2-2 with 2 outs. Nobody on here for Ziggy Thomas. Fouls this one off, stays alive. Takes this one outside for a ball, so the count goes full. This one cut on and missed. No, he fouls it off. Thought maybe he'd have a chance to reach on a dropped third strike, but nope, got a piece of that one. So we'll go again here. Florida State softball also in action today. Lost 23-9 against Virginia Tech. Thomas sends this one into right center field. Should be extra bases for Ziggy. Helmet comes off. He's going to round second and head for third. The throw from the cutoff man is in time. He's out at the third base bag. A great throw from the second baseman, Diego Clariot. And a tag from the third baseman, Wyatt Strickland. And Ziggy Thomas ends this inning with a double, but is thrown out at third. So Pensacola State wins the first frame 1-0. We head to the second. You're watching TCC Baseball on TCCEagles.com.
Tallahassee Community College presents Rock the Roost, starring Luke Bryan.
Yeah, that's my kind of night.
Luke Bryan, live Saturday, July 23rd, on campus at TCC, with special guest
There was this girl,
Riley Green.
drink in her hand. Shoot me and let's get into trouble, grand.
Tickets are on sale now at rocktheroosttcc.com. Luke Bryan, live, produced by Tallahassee Community College and Adams Entertainment.
Back here in the top of the second, Zev Hoffpower leading it off against Seth Dudley. Eagles had just one hit in the bottom of the first, and breaking ball has to back out of the way of that one. Thomas with a great piece of hitting into right center field, had a double, and then was thrown out on a great relay play from Pensacola State. Fastball blown right past Hoffpower. Really good work there from Dudley to start him off with the breaking ball and then bring the heat. Thomas, just being a little aggressive there. There's the old baseball adage, you don't want to make the last out of the inning at third base. Another fastball right on the outside corner. Dudley really bringing the heat there. But you know what? It's early in the game. You put yourself on third base, even with 2 outs, a wild pitch. You score on any single. You really open up your opportunities to score there. Another one comes in, and they're going to say this one hits him. So came close to hitting him with the breaking ball on the first pitch of the at-bat, and then does get a piece of him there. That's going to bring up Strickland, who was the designated hitter in Game 1. came out of that spot to move over to third base when they made that pitching change in the 6th, and then gets the start here at third base. They move Danny Anzel to the DH role. Runner moving, and I think a hit and run there as Strickland just tried to put a bat on it, and he did. He fouled it back. Move over to first. Hoffpower back in there easily. We'll see if he tries to run again here. But I think that was a called hit and run. Dudley is looking and back. Now comes Set, keeping an eye on him. Heads to the plate, popped up to the right side in foul territory. Brett Gwynn moving over by the dugout, and it goes just past that first base dugout. Hey, that gate is open. Could he have ran out there and just made that catch? I don't know what the ruling would have been there. But I think it landed right outside of that open doorway behind the Pensacola State dugout. It's an 0-2 count, though, to Strickland. Steps in. He's got no batting gloves on. Now Hoffpower on the move again. Kreisen, throw down. Gets away from Justin Cruz. Hoffpower back on his feet, heading to third base. He's in there safely. And just like in the first inning, a stolen base and then an error that allows the runner to move over to third. So the second error of the game for TCC. Count is 1-2 to Strickland. Breaking ball misses outside. 2-2 now. Two pitch. Misses low and away. Count goes full. This one fouled to the right side, out of play. This one drilled into center field. Pagozzo back on it, makes the catch. Hoffpower tagging, and he'll score easily. So Pensacola State extends their lead to 2-0 here in the top of the second.
Now batting number 16, Diego Clarion.
That flyout, though, will be the first out of the inning. Now Diego Clarion stepping in. Clarion made the great throw as the cutoff man, the relay man, in the bottom of the first to throw out Thomas at third. Now he shoots the first pitch into center field. Pagozzo initially came in on it, then had to shift back. But two flyouts to center field on two pitches. 2 outs, nobody on for Danny Anzel. I mentioned Anzel, a Florida State transfer, didn't appear in any games for the Seminoles. He is a Tallahassee native. He stays in North Florida, going over to Pensacola. I guess you could call that West Florida. Breaking ball misses high, I think, there to Anzel, so 1-0. Count 2-0 now. Zell fouls this one back. One pitch swung on and missed. So 2-2 count, 2 outs, nobody on. And Zell will call time. Step out, reconfigure. Dudley will step off. Want to make sure everybody's ready to go before this 2-2 pitch. Here it comes from Dudley. Driven into left center field for a base hit. Third hit of the afternoon for Pensacola, or for game 2, I should say. Didn't get a few more hits in game 1. Although they failed to bring any runners in. They've already done that twice here in the top of the second. Game 2 of this doubleheader. Reminder, this contest is 7 innings. As all the weekend doubleheaders are in Panhandle Conference play. Dudley gets a strike called on the outside corner facing Cooper Porter. Porter flew out to left fielder Dave Mitchum to lead off this game. Now gets an opportunity with a man on and 2 away. And Zell takes an extra step in his lead. Pitch in, gets away from Kreisen, and that will allow Enzel to advance 90 feet. So a wild pitch there, moves the runner over. Pensacola State with another runner in scoring position. One and one the count. Another pitch misses from Dudley, knocked down by Kreisen. 2-1. Still just having a hard time finding the strikes on the last couple batters. Count moves to 3-1. This one line foul, so count is now full. With 2 outs here in the top of the second. Runner moving. He didn't have to move there. There's no force. If that had been ball 4, he could be thrown out at third. Porter fouls that one away because it didn't look like Ansel was like full-on sprinting. It looks like he was just moving on the pitch like you would if there were a force with full count and 2 outs. Moves again. Hit on the ground. Cruz over to field it. The throw over to first will retire the side. So 1 more run on 1 hit. 1 error and 1 left. We head to the bottom of the second on TCCEagles.com. Pensacola State leading 2-0. Ethan Kreisen leading things off here in the bottom of the second. Facing Patrick Bott, who had one strikeout in the first, allowed a double, which turned into an out. When Ziggy Thomas was thrown out trying to stretch it into a triple. This one called for a strike on the outside corner. It looked in a very similar spot from the first pitch that was called a ball. Home plate umpire thought that one just caught the zone. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball dropped in for strike two. We mentioned coming into the game, Bott struggled with his command. He had about the same number of walks as he did strikeouts. But he's really managing to go front door with that breaking ball and lock up a lot of hitters here early on. The 1-2. This one, though, does come in and hit him. So right when I say he's commanding the breaking ball, he plunks Ethan Kreisen with one. It's going to bring up Marco Dinges.
Now batting, number 5, Marco Dinges.
He's now 2 behind Andrew Fernandez for the team lead, or 3 behind for the team lead in runs batted in. Fernandez got the lone RBI in game 1 with that sacrifice fly. That brought his season total up to 37. So putting Dinges at 35. So it is a 2 RBI lead. Shows bunt, but he pops it straight up. The pitcher Bott off the mound to get it, and Kreisen has to dive back into first. But a failed bunt attempt from Marco Dinges here, and that will be out number 1. Fernandez will step in here, the switch hitter, hitting from the left side. Chipola Northwest heading to the 10th inning as of the last update. Tied 3-3. Again, that game with major implications here as Fernandez turns on one and sends it high into right field. Half power over, it catches it right on the right field line for out number 2.
Now batting, number 9, Justin Cruz.
That one looked well struck, and I do think Fernandez got a lot of it. You saw Justin Cruz in one of his at-bats last game, that at-bat in the 4th, really get a hold of one, send it straight into center field, and on another day, that ball probably gets to the wall. This one misses low and in. But with the wind, especially the wind we were experiencing in game 1, and it's mostly died down. But we were seeing like 20-mile-an-hour winds blowing southeast. And folks, our ballpark here faces northwest. So it was coming straight in. And this one fouled to the left side. Really tough. I think that's part of the reason we saw a 1-0 game. But Cruz barreled one up middle, and sent it into center field, but got caught in the air. And Katagita, the center fielder, still made a really nice play. He was kind of shifting over in right center. Had to run that one all the way down. But off the bat, it looked like it had a chance to maybe even get out of the ballpark. And then as it got up into the sky, it got caught up there in that wind. Kreisen with a normal lead off of first base. Bott set, moves over to first. Not even a tag there. Count is 1-1 with 2 away here. Bott set, throws, fouled back. Just a piece of it there for Justin Cruz. count now 1-2. Kreisen moving, breaking ball in the other batter's box. Kreisen in there safely, and that one got away from Clariot, but the shortstop Porter was there to back it up, and it went right into his glove. But a stolen base for Ethan Kreisen, his 4th of the season. He's only been caught one time. The only two Eagles in double digits for steals are Josh Pagoza with 16 and Justin Cruz with 10. Now Cruz with a chance to maybe drive a runner here in scoring position. Ground ball over to Clariot, throw to first, and that will retire the side. So the Eagles get one on base via the hit by pitch, but strand him. Through 2 innings, Pensacola State 2, Tallahassee 0. You're watching TCC Baseball live on tcceagles.com and YouTube.
Tallahassee Community College has been named as one of the top 10 community colleges in the nation. The Aspen Institute recognizes institutions from across the country that have exceptional achievements and a total commitment to improving student outcomes. The college was recognized as one of the nation's premier community colleges, eligible to compete for the prestigious $1 million Aspen Prize for Community College Excellence because of its focus on student access and success, its workforce training initiatives, a seamless and high transfer rate to four-year colleges and universities, and its many varied and productive community partnerships. This recognition from the Aspen Institute is a testament to the wonderful work of the faculty, staff, and leadership at Tallahassee Community College.
Back here at Eagle Field with a new pitcher, so Seth Dudley's afternoon is done, and Drew Lang will enter the game. Drew Lang on to make his 16th appearance. He's got a 4.74 ERA over 19 innings, 18 strikeouts, 15 walks. So Dudley departs after 2 innings pitched, 3 hits allowed, 2 earned runs, 2 strikeouts. No walks, did hit a batter in the second.
Now pitching for the Eagles, number 25, Drew Lang. And batting for the Pirates, number 3, Cooper Porter.
Colton Riles stepping in here, leading things off for Pensacola State.
My bad, Colton.
First pitch to him misses up for a ball.
Now batting number 2, Colton Riles. There you go, bud.
This one Tipped foul, 1-1. That one took a weird hop, but right into the glove of Jason Smekowski over to first for out number 1. I think he got that off the very end of the bat.
Now batting number 5, Giovanni Canagita.
He's going to bring up Canagita, who's 0 for 1 already with a strikeout. Went 0 for 3 in game 1. Lang winds, delivers the first pitch to Canagita, shows bunt, pulls back. That's in for a called strike. So looking at how the Eagles will get through the rest of today's game with Dudley giving you just 2 innings. You got Drew Lang in now, and I think as McDowell chops this one foul, I think you want at least 2 from Drew, maybe a third. Campbell, Cleveland should be ready to go. Grant Harrison, Jack Thunberg. I think those are the 3 guys that you'll probably have to lean on to get through this game. I don't know if you'll see all 3 or just maybe one of them, honestly. You get 2 innings from 2 or 3 innings from Drew. This one misses outside. You know, maybe you can close out the game with Grant Harrison. Harrison pitched in both wins over Northwest Florida on that Sunday doubleheader. 1-2 pitch, misses high and in. Dropped foul. Count stays 2-2. Gwynn takes it himself for out number 2. 2 quick outs here in the third.
Now batting number 9, Darian McDowell.
It's going to bring up Darian McDowell. McDowell singled in Colton Riles in the first to give the Pirates a 1-0 lead. He went 0 for 3 in game 1. Struggled to get anything going against Fireved, as did most of the Pensacola State lineup. First pitch. Check swing, but I think he went around. Yes, he did, says the home plate umpire. Breaking ball spiked in the other batter's box and then shoots into the net behind home plate. And now with that wind dying down, it really has become a beautiful day out here in Tallahassee. Swing and a miss there, McDowell. Count goes to 1-2. Two outs here and nobody on in the top of the third. Cut on and missed. Kreisen's got to make the throw down to first base. Into fair territory he does, and that will retire the side. So Drew Lang comes in and records a strikeout to finish off the 1-2-3 inning. We head to the bottom of the third. Tallahassee trailing by 2 here on TCCEagles.com. All right, now, bottom of the third, Brett Gwynn leading things off. Gwynn, the switch hitting first baseman. Facing Patrick Bott. The first pitch swinging, it goes foul. Still no update from that Tripola Northwest game. Last one was 20 minutes ago, saying game was tied heading into the 10th inning. That one misses to Gwynn, so count is now 1-1. Ooh, takes a breaking ball. I don't know if that get the umpire. I think it did. Yeah, that one spiked in the dirt and got up past the catcher's glove, and he'll give the umpire a moment. He'll go out and talk to his pitcher, Bott, who looks really sharp, I think, through the first 2 innings. Just the one strikeout back in the first against Pagozo when he got him looking, but hasn't really, other than the one hit by pitch when he got he got Kreisen. Hasn't had any trouble with the command. So a good start for him. Eagles are a couple of batters away from flipping this lineup over to give everyone a second look at the starter, and Gwynn fouls this into the back netting. Count now even at 2. Gwynn entered the day hitting .226 with a .395 on base percentage. Has drawn 10 walks on the season. 2-2 pitch comes in. Did that hit him? Yes, it did. So the second hit by pitch, third of the game, as Hoffpower was hit an inning ago.
Now batting, number 3, Dave Mitchell.
That will bring up Dave Mitchum. And in a 2-run game, nobody out, I am going to guess that Dave Mitchum is going to square away at least once, square down a bunt. We've now got 40 games in the books for TCC, and I've watched a good chunk of them. From what I've seen from Coach Mack this year, it wouldn't shock me if Mitchum is laying one down, but he does take the first pitch inside for a ball. You got the top of your order coming up. I'm not the biggest fan of the sack bunt, but if you're going to do it, this might be the best spot. Mitchum did homer on Thursday in that 15-5 victory over Pensacola State. Does square away here, but I've never seen a bunt be fouled back over the press box. That one was, though, went over the netting and over us here in the booth. So 1-1 count. Bott comes set. Gwynn lead off at first, swing and fouls it. Bott set. Delivers. Spiked it. That almost didn't even reach the dirt. So the count to the Eagles left fielder is now 2-2. We get some new baseballs to the home plate umpire. This one misses low and away, knocked down by Abshire. Count now full 3-2, nobody out. Maybe Brett Gwynn takes off here. Dave Mitchum has pretty good bat-to-ball skills. He doesn't strike out often. 18 strikeouts on 80 plate appearances. And they will send Gwynn. This one misses, ball 4. No, they're going to say that Mitchum went around there. That is a strange call. So Brett Gwynn steals second base, and it's a swinging strikeout for Dave Mitchum. I mean, there are some checked swing calls that are really hard to decipher. Even when you've got a field umpire down one of the baselines, really hard to tell in real time and make a decision. That one didn't look like one of those. Even from back here in the press box, that was a checked swing through and through. First pitch to Smikowski is a breaking ball that misses low. And Mitchum was confused because at first he asked, did you call that a strike 3? And home plate umpire, nope, motion to that. You did go around. The field umpire in no position to be able to make a call. He had Gwynn stealing second. He's not even on the baseline. Although we have seen this season the field umpire overturn check swing calls after an appeal from that position that the field umpire is currently in. I don't ever really understand how that's possible, how they could have a better view on it than the home plate umpire. This one fouled down the left side. Two-one pitch, popped up. McDowell looks to be underneath it, makes the catch for out number 2.
Now batting number 15, Josh Pagozzo.
So with a man on second and 2 outs, Josh Pagozzo will step in. He struck out looking back in the first. Eagles down 2-0 here in the third inning. This is a 7-inning game. I got to remind the audience that. And so while there's still plenty of time left, this is a golden opportunity to get a run back with your best hitter at the plate. Bot set. Deals. This is high, ball 1. This one to Pagozzo. Breaking ball dropped in for a strike, 1-1. Pensacola State 2 runs on 3 hits. Eagles with just the 1 hit from Ziggy Thomas in the first. Another slider misses outside. Count goes to 2-1, so a good hitter's count here for Josh Pagozzo. Pitcher doesn't want to fall behind 3-1. Wants to try to find the zone here. Get it into a 2-strike count, so Pagozzo could be waiting to crush one here. And he sends it high into left field. Riles back, and he looks to be underneath it. Makes the catch and moved a little bit with the wind, but that will retire the side. So Eagles get one on via the hit by pitch again, but strand him at second. You're watching TCC Baseball live on tcceagles.com. So the Eagles have technically had runners in scoring position in every inning, but still a goose egg on the scoreboard. Ziggy Thomas doubled, was thrown out at third. Friesen hit by pitch, steals second. Gwitt hit by pitch, steals second. But they're scoreless through three. Pensacola State with a 2-0 lead. Drew Lang came in and pitched a scoreless third. Back out there for the fourth, facing Matt Abshire. First pitch to him is hit foul down the left side. Abshire struck out in his last at bat. This one misses low for a ball. Lang winds and delivers, misses outside, 2-1. Two-one is slow roll over to Gwynn. He'll take it himself. First out of the inning. He's going to bring up Zeph Hoppauer, who scored the second run of this game back in the second inning. He was hit by a pitch, stole second, and then advanced to third on an error, was driven in by the sacrifice fly from Wyatt Strickland. First pitch to him is a ball. I'll check in again here momentarily for an update, if there is one, over in Niceville. This is outside, 2-0. Three and out, so Lang struggling to find the zone here. Three 0 the count. This is outside. Ball four. So his first walk of the game. First walk for any Eagle pitcher, or any pitcher in this game, for that matter. Move over to first, nothing doing. This one misses low and away, so after the 4-pitch walk to Hoffpower, starts off Wyatt Strickland with a ball. So in the 10th inning, Tucker Flint for Tripola hit a grand slam to give them a 7-3 lead. They are 3 outs away from winning that game. Again, that's the first game of their doubleheader. They'll have one more after this. But a win there moves them to 10-5 in conference play. They would maintain their game lead over TCC. The Eagles could still cut into that with a Northwest Florida win in Game 2. And hey, Northwest Florida, it's not over yet in Game 1. This one from Lang misses high. The throw back down to first. In there safely is Hoffpower. This there in for a strike. 2-2. So Chipola moves a half game below Gulf Coast State in 5th place. After today's doubleheaders, everybody will have played 16 games to this point. And everybody will have 8 games remaining. This 2-2 on the ground. Cruz can't get it. It's going to go into right field, and that will be an E4. Hoffpower moves over to second.
Now batting number 16, Diego Clarion.
Clarion will step in now with 2 men on and 1 out as Pensacola State's back in business here. So could have made it 2 outs with a man on second. Cruz was moving to his left. Had to use a lot of range there. But he got over there. You expect him to make that play. Lang steps off. We'll go again. This one on the ground. Gwynn over the field. They'll get the out at first as Lang steps on the first base bag. The runners, however, each move 90 feet. So 2 outs. 2 men in scoring position for Danny Ansel, the designated hitter. Got the start at third base last game, moved over to shortstop for the final inning. For the final part of an inning, really, when they brought in their shortstop Cooper Porter to pitch. But now gets to rest his legs a little bit for at least half the game as the DH. But a chance here to extend his team's lead. They've already got 2 runs to TCC 0. Ansel trying to extend that. Drew Lang trying to stop him from doing so, and he gets him to swing and miss at the breaking ball for strike 1. Eagles win last game. Brought them to 22-6 and was career win 1,053 for head coach Mike McLeod in his final season here at Eagle Field. Another big looping breaking ball to get Ansel to swing and miss. Game 2 of that doubleheader against Pensacola State. A 15-5 victory in 7 innings. 7 home runs by the Eagles in that game, which by all our research is a new school record. You had 2 home runs each from Marco Dingus and Justin Cruz. Dave Mitchum got in on the action there. Now the Eagles just 1 run today through 9 trips to the plate. This one misses low. As things stand, they're all alone in second place in the Panhandle Conference. We're still waiting for a final score over in Niceville. A Chipola win would give them a full game lead over Northwest Florida. 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Gives them to swing and miss at the breaking ball. Kreisen's throw down to first is in time. So, second strikeout for Drew Lang. Eagles trailing 2-0 here at Eagle Field. We head to the bottom of the fourth. You're watching TCC Baseball on tcceagles.com.
Tallahassee Community College presents Rock the Roost, starring Luke Bryan.
Yeah, that's my kind of night.
Luke Bryan. It goes live Saturday, July 23rd on campus at TCC with special guest
There was this girl,
Riley Green.
drink in her hand. Shoot me and let's get into trouble, grand.
Tickets are on sale now at rocktheroosttcc.com. Luke Bryan, live, produced by Tallahassee Community College and Adams Entertainment.
Eagles working from a deficit here, trailing 2-0 in the bottom of the fourth. Patrick Bott, the Pensacola starter, really dialed in here. 2 strikeouts, no walks, has hit 2 batters. First pitch of Thomas misses low and inside. Thomas cries in Dingus, and Thomas gets a piece of this one to foul it back. Thomas laces this one foul. Still no final score yet over in Niceville. A game with huge implications in the Panhandle Conference. The 1-2 pitch, again, fouled down the line by Thomas. He stays alive. Bott, the sophomore out of Largo, Florida. Looks really solid here. Mentioned his numbers. He struggled a bit this season, but comes in for a big game. If you're Pensacola State, you drop all 4 of these games against Tallahassee this week. That really makes it tough for you to really do anything with your season. Right now, they're already. Oh, strike 3 was called there. I looked down. And Ziggy Thomas is set down on strikes. And Coach Mike McLeod expresses his disappointment. And that call, the home plate umpire keeps wanting to talk with him. We're getting ready to get started here again. Ethan Kreisen stepping in now with 1 out in the first. I mean, if you're the home plate umpire, unless, there's something you need to go address, you just need to walk back to your position on the field, right? you don't let the coaching staff or anyone in the dugout continue to rag on you, but 0-2 the count to Kreisen. One is blown right by him there. The home plate umpire stood there for a good 30-plus seconds with his hand up to the dugout. Instead, why don't you just walk back? Let's get the game going again. This is low and away. But Thomas, after fouling a couple tough pitches off, looked like he had a great eye watching that breaking ball off the outside corner. But home plate umpire saw a little bit differently, rings him up there. I know you got to protect the plate with 2 strikes, but at what point? I mean, that one really, I don't think Thomas could have even gotten a piece of it where it was at. This one comes in and hits Kreisen. And they're going to call him out. I mean, I don't understand what happened there. He was drilled with the pitch. I mean, how is Ethan Kreisen being called out on strikes here? That is ridiculous. Ethan Kreisen was just hit by a pitch, and the home plate umpire is going to say that he stuck his elbow out. And I'm sorry, that's flat out wrong. I saw it clear as day from up here. He stood in his spot in the batter's box. He did not lean in on that one. That is the wrong call. And Coach Mike McLeod has every right to come out there and voice his displeasure with this. And the fact, and I don't know if these umpires will converge here. It doesn't look like they're even going to talk about it. Which, I'm sorry, that is a bit ridiculous. And right now, all Coach Mack is asking is to talk about it. Ask your home plate umpire, did he lean in? And this home plate umpire he's having none of it. Keep saying he stuck the shoulder out. And that just didn't happen. We're still waiting to get underway here. Max out there talking with him. And now they will meet. And really, that's all that needed to happen. You could have saved a minute or two of conversation there. Went and spoke to him. And they're going to keep the call on the field. So 2 straight strikeouts looking after Ethan Kreisen is hit by a pitch for the second time today. I mean, he was hit by the pitch. So Marco Dinges will step up here with nobody on and 2 outs. Patrick Bott gets his 4th strikeout of the game. But that one, man, that's going to stick in my mind for a while. First one misses low and away. And after, Ziggy Thomas goes down looking on a questionable decision, balls and strikes, you're going to get missed calls on those. Every umpire's human. I understand that. Even ones that looked as far outside as the one that he rung Thomas up on. But to say that Kreisen stuck his shoulder out there, when that is just not what happened. He has every right to be frustrated and upset. Coach Mack has every right to be frustrated and upset. And every player in that dugout, every coach in that dugout. They're down 2 runs, trying to make a comeback here in a big conference game as this one's hit to the shortstop. Throw over to McDowell's in time. That will retire the side, so a 1-2-3 inning. Even though it was a pretty lengthy 1-2-3 inning if I've ever seen one for Patrick Bott. We'll now head to the 5th. Eagles still trailing by 2. You're watching TCC Baseball on tcceagles.com. All right, so we're back in the top of the fifth. Drew Lang still on the mounds. Going to be the top of the order for Pensacola State. Cooper Porter leading it off.
Now batting number 3, Cooper Porter.
Patrick Bott with 2 strikeouts in the bottom of the fourth. Got Ziggy Thomas looking. And I think I scored that as a looking strikeout on Ethan Kreisen, called out for leaning into a strike. I don't know if that's swinging or looking. I want to say looking. I don't know how that's officially scored, but it was a lengthy 1-2-3 inning because you had Coach Mack, I think, voicing his displeasure with the decisions from that umpire. As the first pitch in is a ball to Porter. And then you had, that was after the Thomas strikeout, and then when Kreisen is rung up for leaning into a pitch, this one line foul. And then a lengthier discussion between Coach Mack and the home plate umpire, and then the umpires talk about it briefly before they decide to keep the call on the field, which I always expected would happen. But if that conversation with the field umpire had happened, I don't know, a minute and a half before it did, we would have gotten through that a lot quicker. I don't know why it took so long for that request to be granted. Max, obviously upset with the call. But if you just go talk about it, usually that's, what else can you do? If you go talk with your partner, the coach will still be upset, but there's not much else that can be done. And the fact that it took that long, I thought was, I don't know. I'll move on. We've got some great baseball here left on tap. Eagles still trying to get back into this one. They had a big win in game 1. Count goes full now after that. There's a strike on the outside corner. They moved into second place with that win. And, yep, it has gone final over in Niceville, Florida. Chipola retains their spot all alone in first place. They're 10-5. Tallahassee now 9-6. Northwest Florida 8-7, a game out of the playoff spot right there. So they'll start game 2 here shortly, probably in about 20 minutes or so. A swing and a miss there. And Cooper Porter is down on strikes. Colton Riles coming in now.
Now batting number 2, Colton Riles.
Riles 1 for 2, singled and scored in the first. Grounded out to short, back in the third. Lang winds, throws, breaking ball in, strike 1. This one in, strike 2. So TCC, after rattling off their 5th straight victory in conference play, all alone in second place, that puts them in one of the 2 playoff spots that will head to Lakeland, Florida for the state tournament, but still plenty of baseball left to be played, a lot of wins left on the board for TCC. And that starts with this one. You're all alone in second place now, but a couple hours from now, you could be back tied with Northwest, or you could be tied with Chipola. Many different possibilities. Still chasing a Panhandle Conference Championship, and what a way to end. Not end, what a way to continue Coach Mack's final season. Breaking ball in there, but not called strike 3. That's a pitch that I've seen been given a strike by this home plate umpire today. Not given there. I got a 2-2 count.
He's pointing at the scoreboard.
Cut and a miss. Gets away from Kreisen. He can't find it. Riles hustling down to first, and he'll be in there safely. Oh, that one is unfortunate. There was a strikeout there, but Riles reaches. A great breaking ball to get Riles. Trying to go back and find the video footage of Ethan Kreisen getting hit by the pitch. And yeah, no, I mean, at one point he turned, but then when the ball made contact, he had pulled back. The runner's going and fouled away by Kanagita. Again, I think maybe another hit and run there. And I want to say, like, Kreisen almost like his elbow at one point was maybe over the plate, but then he pulled back and the pitch still hit him. And so where it hit him, there's no way that it was at the strike zone. You could watch that back a million times and say the same thing. This one into right field for a base hit. Riles round second, he'll head to third. Throw comes in. He's in there easily. So after two strikeouts, it's runners in the corners, one out.
Now batting number 9, Darian McDowell.
It's going to bring up the cleanup hitter, McDowell. So one out here, runners on the corners. Corners are about normal depth, maybe a little bit in. Middle infielders trying to turn a double play here. Move over to first, and Kanagita is back in safely. This one drops in for a strike. Oh, 0-1 the count, one away here. Runners moving. Check swing. Did he foul it? Yes, he did. Oh, 2 count. McDowell 1 for 2, had an RBI single in the first and struck out in the third. The 0-2 to him. Check swing. Did he go around? No, they say he doesn't go around. We saw Dave Mitchum get rung up on a check swing back in the third inning. And then, oh, man. And now it's just, it feels a little strange here. And it just feels like, I don't know, maybe the umpire feels a little slighted. I don't know. But after what Mitchum was called for back in the third, a check swing that was nowhere near as far around as what McDowell just did, called for strike 3. And then that happens in that situation, man, that doesn't make any sense. And I'm sorry, folks. I want to focus on the baseball. I don't want to. If you watch these games, if you listen to my calls, I don't sit here and complain about the umpires all day. It's not my style. This one misses high. The throw down, cut off by Cruz. And a stolen base for Canagita. So second and third now. Takes away the double play ball. This one cut on and missed by McDowell. He's tagged out. So there's the second out of the inning. The third strikeout of the inning, though, for Drew Lang.
Now batting number 11, Matt Abshire. I would kill to hear an uncensored wolf I don't know who would.
This one's fouled back and out of play by Matt Abshire. One 0 count, or 0-1 count. Sent into center field. Pagozzo moving to his left. Still moving, makes the catch to retire the side. So Pensacola State puts two men in scoring position, but strands him, or Drew Lang strands him. We head to the bottom of the fifth. Eagles still trailing 2-0 on tcceagles.com. New pitcher for Pensacola State, Court Connolly entering the game. Patrick Bott with 4 innings, 4 shutout innings, just 1 hit, 4 strikeouts, no walks. Did hit 2 batters, and I guess maybe 3 if you count the one with Ethan Kreisen. It'll be Andrew Fernandez leading off, though, here in the bottom of the 5th. So 3 more trips to the plate. Eagles got to find a way to score 2 or more runs here. So Fernandez, the team leader in RBI, takes first pitch outside, ball 1. This one sent foul to the left side. Riles trying to make a play on it, but it was never going to be close. Fernandez, little bloop here, tough play for Clariot. Tried to catch it, but that'll be in a single for Andrew Fernandez, a leadoff base runner here for Tallahassee. Fernandez taking a lead off of first. First pitch into Cruz, misses inside, ball 1. I got it. This one gets away from the catcher. Fernandez moves into scoring position here on that wild pitch. Actually, I might even call it a pass ball. Went right through the catcher's glove. It's a 2-0 count to Justin Cruz. That one's called for a strike. This one misses, so the count goes 3-1. And Cruz sends this one to the left fielder, but he makes a great catch. Colton Riles, who came in on that, and I thought it was going to soar right over his head. He had no business taking a few steps in there. Goes back on it and saves a run. Saves extra bases. And that, I think, will be a big play in determining the outcome of this game. We'll get a mound visit here. We'll stay right here at the ballpark with you guys. So this new pitcher, Court Connolly, making his 17th appearance. He's strictly a reliever for the Pirates. 21 and a third innings pitched. Has a 5.48 ERA. 20 strikeouts, 12 walks. Has given up 16 runs, 13 of them earned. Has allowed 4 home runs on the season. Does have 2 saves. Leads the team in saves. And the redshirt freshman is also listed as a catcher on this roster. Does have 9 at-bats and just 1 hit. So mostly a pitcher for the redshirt freshman out of Pensacola, Florida. So a local kid. Went to high school at Pensacola Catholic. Comes set. About to deliver his first pitch to the switch-hitting first baseman, Brett Gwynn. But first to move over to second, Fernandez back in safely. 7-inning game here, so we're getting into the late innings already. Gwynn swings and misses at the first pitch. He was hit by a pitch in his last at-bat, his only trip to the plate thus far. In game 1, Gwynn went 0 for 2. So looking for his first hit of the afternoon. Would be a big one. This one misses inside, gets away from the catcher. Fernandez now moving over to third. He'll turn. Stay put there. And that was called a strike. And the catcher had to hop out of his crouch because he couldn't get to it. And yet, the home plate umpire is going to say that one was over the plate. I'm a little speechless, folks. I mean, the catcher had to get up out of his crouch, tried to backhand it because he couldn't get to it. And so unless he was set up in the other batter's box, but we will get a run scored here on the drop third strike. So Gwynn strikes out. The Eagles score their first run of the game. And I'm going to try to get my mood up here because now it's a one-run game with a runner on first. And so Gwynn was, struck out swinging on the breaking ball. And Fernandez, who moved over to second on a passed ball, third on a passed ball, and now scored on the wild pitch, makes it a 2-1 game. So second time this game that a runner or batter has reached first on the drop third strike rule. And now here's Dave Mitchum, first pitch swinging on the ground to the third baseman, Strickland, Clariot over to McDowell. And just like that, a 5-4-3 will retire the side, but not before the Eagles add 1 run on 1 hit. They trail 2-1. We head to the 6th here at Eagle Field. You're watching TCC Baseball on tcceagles.com. And we're back here into the 6th inning now. Drew Lang back on the mound for his 3rd inning of work. 4th inning of work, I should say. Which is doing a really good job of short of this game, and he's kept the Eagles in it. They were down 2-0 when he took over. They've threatened and finally brought 1 run across to make it 2-1. First pitch to Hoffbauer. This is high. One 0 pitch. Also misses inside. 2-0. Now we'll get a mound visit from Corey Pye. Looks like Dave Mitchum's been lifted from this game. I'm trying to figure out who took over for him in left field. I want to say that's Harper McClendon. So I believe that's Harper McClendon out there taking over for Dave Mitchum. After Mitchum grounded into that double play to end the 5th. Count is 2-0 to Hoffbauer. He swings and misses here for strike 1. Hoffbauer was hit by a pitch and scored in the 2nd. Walked and advanced all the way to 3rd, back in the 4th. Another foul ball there, so count now 2-2. This one misses high. Count is full. This one fouled back. Another full count pitch on its way to Hoffbauer. Misses inside, ball 4. So Hoffbauer reaches for the 3rd time this game.
Now batting number 28, Wyatt Strickland.
It's going to bring up Wyatt Strickland, and the home plate umpire is headed on over to the TCC dugout. Coach Mack is wondering what's the reason for the trip on over. So now we'll get another delay in this game so the home plate umpire can talk something over. And so after another lengthy discussion, the home plate umpire will make the long trek back to his position. And we'll get this game started again. A couple of delays. I don't know what the conversation was about. I think maybe that ball 4 decision that led to the Hoffpower walk, after we've seen some questionable calls the other way, TCC was thinking, hey, we'd like a strike 3 call here too. Hoffpower now at first. Wyatt Strickland at the plate. Move over to first. He's back in easily. Strickland entered today as a 270 hitter with a 409 on base. This one misses high. So nobody out here. This one misses inside again. Strickland had to get out of the way of that one. 2-0 the count. I think this will spell the end of the day for Drew Lang as Corey Pye makes his trip out to the mound. We'll step aside. This is TCC Baseball live on tcceagles.com.
Tallahassee Community College presents Rock the Roost, starring Luke Bryan.
Yeah, that's my kind of night.
Luke Bryan. It goes live Saturday, July 23rd on campus at TCC with special guest
There was this girl,
Riley Green.
drink in her hand. Shoot me and let's get into trouble, grand.
Tickets are on sale now at rocktheroosttcc.com. Luke Bryan, live, produced by Tallahassee Community College and Adams Entertainment.
So Hunter Paris enters with a 2-0 count. Blows one by Wyatt Strickland. This one gets away from Kreisen. Hoffpower moves over to second on the wild pitch. Paris enters the game with 32 and a third innings pitched, 11 appearances, and a 1.67 ERA. 44 strikeouts, just 10 walks. The 3-1 misses outside. So Hunter Paris will get the walk there, even though he only threw 2 balls.
Now batting number 16, Diego Clarion.
But now you get the lefty-lefty matchup here with Diego Clariot stepping in. This one misses high. 1-0 to Clariot. This one pops straight into the air on the bunt, and Paris comes running over. Andrew Fernandez, I think, was parked underneath that one. But a failed bunt attempt will be the first out of the inning, and it's not often you see the pitcher come off and make that play. One, Fernandez was already underneath it. Two, now you had nobody over at third base. I guess it would have been the case no matter who caught it. This one misses low to Danny Ansel. This one misses low, so the count is 2-0 to the Pirates' designated hitter. Cut on and missed, 2-1 the count now. So Paris behind 3-1 here. Runner moving, fouled back. So the count is now full. That one got away, the pickoff attempt there. Smikoski, though, kept the glove right on the runner. Counts full with one out here. That's ball 4 to Anzel, so that'll load the bases. 3 walks this inning.
Now batting number 3, Cooper Porter.
This one sent high into right field. Thomas moving towards the foul line, makes the catch, and the runners will stay. And I guess Thomas put in a good throw there. That'll be out number 2. I thought that was a chance for Pensacola State to extend their lead.
Now batting number 2, Colton Riles.
Now it'll be Colton Riles. He's 1 for 3. Did reach after a strikeout in the 5th when that ball got away from Kreisen. Cut and a miss there from Riles. This one misses low, 2-1. This one in for a strike. 2-2 now, 2 outs. Hunter Paris with a great opportunity to leave the bases loaded in a 1-run game here. Top of the 6th of a 7-inning contest. Eagles potentially trying to move into first place in the Panhandle Conference. Would need a comeback here and a loss from Chipola this afternoon. Paris set. Here's the pitch. Fouled away. Gonna see another 2-2 here. Smikoski, Pagozzo, and Thomas due up for Tallahassee. This one low. And it gets away. Kreisen tries to make the throw back in. And he's in there safely. Paris has to stay to cover the plate. But the count goes full, and Pensacola State adds a run here to make it 3-1. Runners advance to third and to second, respectively. That's Strickland at third and Anzel at second. And the count is full now to Colton Riles. And now strike three called on Colton Riles. Not a very emphatic call from the umpire. But Hunter Paris does well to come in here and only give up the 1 run. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. Eagles trail 3-1 on tcceagles.com. All right, the Eagles have some work to do and not much time left to do it. Bottom of the 6th here. It's Court Connolly back on the mound. And Jason Smekowski leading things off here. Top of the order. Josh Pagozzo on deck. Ziggy Thomas in the hole. First pitch in for a strike. Connolly came in to pitch last inning. Count now 1-1 to Smekowski. Fouls this one away. 1-2 now. Connolly set. This one breaking ball in the dirt. Gets away from Abshire. So 2-2 now. Smekowski 0 for 2 on the day. This one fouled away, so he stays alive. Flew out to right field in the first and popped up to the first baseman McDowell in the third. Smekowski entered the day hitting .353 with a .452 on base. 24 runs batted in on the season. Another 2-2. Fouled this time to the left side. It's a 1-2 count apparently. So another 1-2 on its way from Connolly. Into center field. Drops in for a base hit. So Jason Smekowski, the leadoff man here, gets things started for the Eagles. And that'll bring up Josh Pagozzo.
Now batting number 15, Josh Pagozzo.
Pagozzo 1 for 2 with a double in game 1. Scored the only run of that contest. 0 for 2 today. But is the most dangerous hitter in this Eagle lineup. First pitch to him, in for a strike. Almost 2.5 hours into this contest. This one taken low and outside, knocked down by Abshire. Pop straight up into the air. Third baseman Strickland makes the catch. So that's the first out of the inning. Pagoza over 3 on the day now, and now it's going to be Ziggy Thomas. He doubled back in the first and was thrown out trying to stretch that into a triple. It's a great relay play. Right fielder into Diego Clariot. Going to throw over to Wyatt Strickland to tag him out. Made it close, though. Almost turned it into a triple. Now a chance here in the bottom of the sixth with one out. That one misses inside. Thomas sends this one foul to the left side. Thomas went 2 for 3 in Thursday's game 2. Move over to first, and Smikowski's in there easily. Had a huge game back on April 3rd in that doubleheader sweep over Northwest Florida. Went 3 for 4, 2 runs scored. Now lines this one foul down the right field line. You know, I'm looking at some stretches through his season where he'd go 4 or 5 games without a hit, and he's really turned it around. He was sliding down the lineup at points and has now kind of locked himself into the 3-hole. He's down in the count 1 and 2 right now. Smikowski with a conservative lead off first. Sends this one on the ground, 1 hop. Clariot over to the shortstop. Throw over to first, scooped by McDowell. It's a 4-6-3 double play to retire the side. We head to the 7th. Eagles still trail by 2. You're watching TCC Baseball on tcceagles.com.
Tallahassee Community College presents Rock the Roost, starring Luke Bryan.
Yeah, that's my kind of night.
Luke Bryan. It goes live Saturday, July 23rd on campus at TCC with special guest
There was this girl,
Riley Green.
drink in her hand. Shoot me and let's get into trouble, grand.
Tickets are on sale now at rocktheroosttcc.com. Luke Bryan, live, produced by Tallahassee Community College and Adams Entertainment.
Hunter Paris back on the mound for the 7th. Giovanni Kanagita stepping in here for his 4th at-bat of the game. Singled back in the 5th and stole second. Shows bunt. Pops it up and it'll go foul and into the net. That one in for a strike. So 0-2 the count now. Over in Niceville, Game 2 is underway between Chipola and Northwest Florida. It's 1-1 through 1 inning there. Chipola moved to 10-5 in conference play with a win in Game 1. They sit alone atop the Panhandle Conference, and that's strike 3 called as Hunter Paris throws 3 straight strikes to get this top of the 7th started here. Reminder, the current standings: Chipola 10-5 in first, Tallahassee 9-6 in second, Northwest 8-7 in third, Gulf Coast 6-10 in fourth, Pensacola 5-10 in fifth. Coach Mack will take the long stroll out to the mound and might get a pitching change here. Looks like Grant Harrison is waiting in the wings, or Campbell Cleveland rather. And that'll be it for Hunter Paris. He departs, Campbell Cleveland enters. We step aside. You're watching TCC Baseball on tcceagles.com. So Campbell Cleveland entering the game to pitch here with 1 out in the top of the 7th. He'll face Darian McDowell to start things off. Cleveland making his 15th appearance. Has a 6.57 ERA on the year, and first pitch is fouled back by McDowell. 20 strikeouts, 13 walks over 24 and 2/3 innings. Take a look at his game log here. Last appeared in that doubleheader, that 9-5 victory over Northwest. This one inside almost gets McDowell. Has to back out of the way. He had 1 inning pitched, 4 earned runs in that one. Before that, though, a really good outing in the 4-2 loss at Northwest Florida. Went 2 shutout. But just tasked with getting 2 outs here That one, breaking ball, just catches the outside corner, says the home plate umpire. So count moves to 1-2. Gets 2 outs here and then turn it on over to the offense to see if they can get anything going in this game. They're down to their last 3 outs. Count now 2-2. McDowell, a sophomore out of Pensacola, Florida. Cut and a miss. Strike 3. So Campbell Cleveland comes right in. Gets his first punch out of the game.
Now batting number 11, Matt Abshire.
That'll bring up the catcher, Matt Abshire, sophomore out of Rain, Louisiana. 0 for 3 on the day. Struck out in the first, grounded out to the first baseman, and then flew out to center field back in the 5th. Up here with nobody on and 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Cut a miss there. This one sent to the right fielder, Thomas, moving to his left underneath it, makes the catch. So 1-2-3 inning split between Hunter Paris and Campbell Cleveland. Eagles still have some work to do. They're down 2. We head to the bottom of the 7th on tcceagles.com. Here in the bottom of the 7th, Ethan Kreisen leading things off before we get underway. Some updates from around Tallahassee sports. The MU softball with a 6-5 victory over Jackson State. They took game 1 of that series 9-3 yesterday. They'll play again. I'm assuming that game is underway, if not over yet. Florida State baseball currently leading Georgia Tech 9-6 in the top of the 9th inning. They lost game 1 of that series yesterday. Kreisen swings and misses at the first pitch. It's Court Connolly back on out to close this one. He entered the game in the 5th. A 1 pitch to Kreisen. And a called, they're going to say Kreisen went around there. It's been, I think, a little inconsistent on the check swings. So it's 0-2 to the Eagle backstop. Sun is really beaten down here in the press box. Sends this one. Foul. It'll stay on play. Nope, it's going to get out. No, he made the catch. So that'll be out number one. I totally missed that. Never mind, it was foul. I saw Marco Dinges headed towards home plate. Thought maybe there was an outstanding diving catch into the warning track that I missed, but no, it was foul. That would have been incredible. The 0-2 again to Kreisen, taken high for a ball. No, called strike three. And, you know, this umpire, now I can't even tell what's called strike three. It's just not very emphatic. You don't have to be a showman, but make it easy for those of us up here in the press box to tell whether or not you called strike three. So now it's Marco Dinges. Nobody on, one out. Tying run still in the on-deck circle for the Eagles. He takes ball one high. I can live with calls that I don't agree with. They're going to happen every game. Connolly set. The 1-0 in there for a strike. No, a ball. Again, I really can't tell what's what here. Thought that one was middle. There's a strike. 2-1 now. So nobody on, one out. This one into left field for a base hit. There's Marco Dinges reaching first with his first hit of the game. It's going to bring up Andrew Fernandez, the team leader in runs batted in. He represents the tying run. If there's any moment for a big hit from the third baseman, it will be right now. Taken inside, and it's going to get Fernandez right on the foot. And now two men on for Tallahassee. The third hit by pitch of the game for the Eagles, fourth in total for the game. Justin Cruz stepping up, and now he represents the winning run with one out here. We'll get a mound visit. Looks like Pensacola State has an arm warming, so we'll wait and see if this is a pitching change. Looks like it's just a talk. So now batting is Justin Cruz. He's 0 for 2 today in Game 2. He did go 0 for 2 in Game 1 as well. But Cruz can get on base, can find ways to produce in a number of different ways. Even though he maybe, doesn't rack up the same stolen base numbers as a guy like Josh Bagoza, who just gets on base at an unreal clip. Justin Cruz does have 10 stolen bases on the season. I've seen him turn singles into doubles, doubles into triples, and even one time this season, turned a triple into or a double into a Little League home run when the left fielder booted a ball, and he was able to make it all the way around the bases. I've seen him reach first on a bunt. The first baseman playing in, third baseman playing back. It would not shock me to see Cruz try to lay one down here and reach base on a bunt. Connolly set. Swings at the first pitch on the ground, knocked down by Strickland, but he loses it, has to step on third to just get the one out. So that is out number 2. Cruz reaches on the fielder's choice, and Fernandez moves to second.
Now batting number 24,
So Eagles down to their final out. It will be Brett Gwynn at the plate. He was hit by a pitch in the third. Struck out and reached first on the drop third strike back in the fifth. Hitting .226 on the season, does have a .395 on base percentage. Has hit 3 home runs. And 10 runs batted in. We'll get some signs from the catcher. Tying run at first base, it's Justin Cruz. Any ball to the gap, you have to imagine he'll take off trying to score. Gwynn is the winning run. Swings at the first pitch, fouls it to the left side, well out of play. Oh, 0-1. The Eagles dugout really into this one. Pensacola State. Everybody's on the top step. A game with huge implications in the Panhandle Conference. What game doesn't? Connolly set. 0-1 pitch with 2 outs here. Hit into center field. It's going to be a tough play for Kanagita. He's back on the track. It's gone! Brett Gwynn has walked it off here at Eagle Field. A ball that just didn't stop carrying. A 4-3 walk-off win off the bat of Brett Gwynn. His teammates celebrate with him at home plate. A huge win. The Eagles now 10-6 in the Panhandle Conference, a half game out of first place. It does not get more exciting than that. The hero, Brett Gwynn, with his 4th home run of the season. A blast to left center field that just gets over the wall. It counts all the same. A doubleheader sweep over the Pensacola State Pirates. Eagles move to 29-12 on the season, 23-6 at home, and most importantly, 10-6 in conference play. We await the results of Game 2 of the doubleheader in Niceville between Chipola and Northwest Florida. We'll be back here for a home game against Chipola on Monday night. And what an amazing day of Eagle baseball. Ethan Fireved, complete game shutout in Game 1. 7th inning, Game 2. 2 men on for Brett Gwynn, and he wins it with 1 swing of the bat. That's going to do it for our coverage here today. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm Brett Rutherford for my broadcast engineer, Noah Hapner. This has been another edition of TCC Eagles Baseball, live on tcceagles.com.